Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day. I'll be walking you through my clone application where we have tried to clone Netflix or other video streaming application for CJV805. So yeah, this is my directory right here with all my entire source code, and let's go through it together. So okay, yeah. I'll start with my directory structure that I have, and we will be looking at the rubric criteria side by side. So, yeah. So, I have used, first of all, React with TypeScript for this application. Uh, I, I chose TypeScript specifically because in our capstone project, we are using TypeScript and I wanted to practice it more. So, this project was a good source to practice here. Now, this is my directory structure, and yeah, entire application is here. Let's go through it. So we start here. I have routes as well here, router, and this is my route declaration here. We have used React Router, and yeah, what I have basically done is, so we have these pages. First of all, home page, which is in this route, then loading screen, then movies. I have used the same page component and I'm passing in configuration here. And then this is for individual movie or TV show that we have. So media refers to both TV show and movie because they are kind of similar. They have similar attributes and we can reuse multiple component by referring to them as media instead of movies or TV shows separately. Yeah. Let's start by running our application. So it's running in localhost 5173 and let's run the JSON server as well. So yeah, as you can see, I had three endpoints here, hero movies, movies, and TV show. Let's start with our application, localhost 73. Yeah. So this is my application. Now if you hover over it, you'll see more detail in the featured movie section. Same goes for featured TV shows. Yeah. And yeah, these are different slides we have. Okay, I'll be going through individual components as well in a bit. So let's see first. Homepage, header, navigation, hero section, featured movies, featured TV section, all these things are covered here. Header, hero section, featured movies, TV shows, then content section, and then the footer. Yeah. Other than that, it is responsive as well, as you can see. It doesn't break for different screen sizes. Um, yeah. And I also have a hamburger menu here for smaller screens. Now I will walk you through the code for home page. Let's start. So in components, we have this pages. So all my pages are here inside the components slash pages. I have done some configuration. So this is something white specific, white project specific. I use this here. If you see, at the rate is an alias for source directory mine. So you will see all of my imports will be from at the rate, which refers to source. So yeah, let's see. So it is taking in homepage config as an attribute. Homepage config provides it with movie endpoint, hero movie endpoint. So I did it this way because it kind of centralized all the configuration I have, and I can change it whenever I have to. Let's say if I want to change the all the API endpoints. So this is my homepage endpoint. Now, as you can see, import. So this will basically import from .env, which is right here again, and localhost 3000, which is my this, and let's go there again. So yeah, so I'm passing in these endpoints, which changes the entire application. And this is my use effect hook, which is fetching all the data. One important note that I would like to mention here, since we were deploying this application on the internet, so we won't be having a backend there. So I kind of use this. Let's say if there is any error while we are fetching the data, I have created this fallback here. So I will just show you. Where is it? Const. Yeah. So like, yeah, it's just a static file which has all the data. I'm importing all the data from here and I'm just setting up the data here if there's an error. So this helps when I have deployed the application online as well. So here, you can see this is my deployment video stream.versal. So yeah, in this case, it is taking in data from this static declaration here. Okay, so this is my use effect hook. Now my yeah loading screen. I have a loading screen. Okay, I will talk about this as well. Um, See, I have this layout here. So what layout is, since if we go in our application for different pages like these or any of these, this header and footer stays the same. So what I have done is I have created a layout component which takes in children node here as one of the attributes and passes through them that. So we have header here, then we have footer here, a login model as well. Login and register model, these are repeating across all pages. But as you can see, all the childrens are passed to the main tag, main HTML tag here. Oh yeah, I have also used Tailwind CSS as you can see, display property flex, all of it is through the Tailwind. And yeah, so this is my homepage again, layout, which will provide with header, footer, register model, login model. Okay, let's go through login model and register model here as well. Where is it? Login. So yeah, this is my login model. If it's open, so I'm controlling its state here itself. And yeah, so this doesn't have any functionality yet. So that's something I would like to mention. It just opens it, and same goes for here, login and register model. So yeah, these two are also part of the layout. Layout again. This is my layout, and this is my header, footer, login model, and register model. These only are displayed when you click on those buttons specifically. Now, coming back here. So the children here are hero slideshow. So as you can see here, this here with 2000 like 2000 milliseconds. This is the interval for it. Now use effect is doing it. And yeah, once we are clearing this component, we are removing the effect from here. And yeah, now this is for this. The picture in the background, as you can see here, watch now or anything, it will take you to the respective movies. And yeah, link is for React Router movies because these all are movies. So this is movie endpoint, and I have used use effect here. Yeah. Okay, so I am fetching all the hero movies here itself in that endpoint where it is hero movies. I have created a separate endpoints for hero movies, specifically the movies that are being displayed on the hero. Yeah, so I'm passing them as props here. Now, featured section, it shows movies again. Now, since the styling was similar for featured movies and TV shows, I used the same component with different titles. Instead of I'm passing in movies here and TV shows here. Oh yeah, something that I would like to show here is this. Uh, so I have this thing called featured item. As you can see, there's another attribute here which is called type. So why is it type? Because I have React router which directly routes to all these movies and TV shows. So I will show you, it will make more sense. If I click on this, this is movies here. And if I click on this, this is TV shows here. So these are different endpoints To make it work, I'm passing in type as a prop as well. And I didn't see use of context on this component. That's why I didn't use component. That's why I did not use context for it. I use simple props passing. So yeah, this is my featured section, and then this is the static context section where there is all the static context. Only simple JSX syntax here, and yeah. So that's it for the home page. Let's start with other sections. Okay, so let's go to movies. So this lists all the movies that we have here. Some bit description about those movies as well. If you hover over the image, I have used the same featured item component again here, which pass and type, which takes type as a prop as well, so that it can render any of these movies, any of the movie details. Yeah, let's go through it together. So let's go to the pages, and this is our media page. So this lists all the media. Should have been named it media list page, makes it more understandable. But let's start here. Again, I am importing TV show data and movie data here because in the deployment I don't have access to backend, so I'm using the static data here. And yeah, so it takes in media config as the property. Let's go through it again. We will start with our route. Uh, yeah, so you see here, this is movies. Okay, for endpoint, I don't need this as well, but okay, move it. I didn't see it. Okay, so this is movies. Now, for movies endpoint, I'm passing in movies configuration. So that's something I have done. Let's go to the movies configuration object. So this is of type movies, which will be passed in as the route here for this element. And then the title is movies. As you can see, there is one title component here. And then the endpoint to fetch movies from, which is coming from here, which is base URL plus movies, which will add up to form this right here. So I have created this configuration object for movies and TV show, different thing, which I am passing here, which I am passing as an attribute here in the media page. And based on this attribute, it is either loading it as it is either loading it as movies or TV shows. So this is TV shows configuration. This is movies configuration. So this is my movies configuration. This is my TV shows configuration. What difference does it make? Let's say if you click on this, it will be movies. And if you click on this, it will be TV shows. So it will fetch it from backend. And yeah, now let's go to media page again. Media page. So we have states here for fetching it, use effect to fetch it. And yeah, let's say you are fetching the data here. If you don't receive any data, it will throw error here. Then in case of error, we are initializing it statically here because in deployment, we don't have backend. So yeah, that's what use effect is doing. If it is loading, then we do this. Otherwise, we go to media list component, which lists out all the featured items again, which prints out all of these. So again, I'm making use of grid here. As you can see, I specified grid classes through Tailwind, display grid, grid template column, all the grid properties, and then this is my featured item. Featured item are these components. So if you click on it, yeah, this is again that. Based on type, it will fetch specific if it is movie or TV shows. So yeah, so this is my media page. Then we have TV shows. Yeah, TV shows does it similarly since we have same page for it for both of them. Based on TV shows configuration, it fetches from that specific endpoint and we pass in type as well. So if you see here, basically this is the main control point of our application, and we are rendering it here. Route provider is here, and for specific configuration, we have created different configuration for homepage, movies, and TV shows. Homepage has just the endpoint for fetching movies and TV shows from, and this one has like the type, the title, and again the endpoint. Now let's go to the final part, which is individual detail of each of these components. So for example, this is House of Cards. We have this here. None of these buttons are functional. Same header. And yeah, so this was also part of the requirement in the specification document. So it's here. This not okay. Yeah. One thing again, it's responsive. Mm, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, this page is also responsive. Movies and TV shows page. Yeah. And let's go to detail page. So this is for movie detail. None of these buttons are functional. And yeah. So this is basically the movie detail. Let's go through it now. Now this is like the type is this movies and the ID will be this again. Let's go to this page, media detail page and media detail config. Let's start with the configuration first. What is being passed here? So we are passing in the endpoint here. Endpoint is this, where we are fetching this from. And let's go to media detail page. So we got the endpoint here. Fallback is so I have used context provider for this because there were multiple level of properties, multiple level of components. So what is this loading screen? Let's start here. Let's go to the context provider here. If you can see here, the fallback is like, let's say if the use effect fails here, and if it is like still loading, then it returns fallback, which is loading screen. So I was initially trying to use the context on this page to fetch the data and to because this page is making the API call. The context is making the API call in the use effect hook, as you can see here. So it changes the value of loading state. So I was trying to access it on this page right here, but it failed because you cannot use the context provider before declaring it. So since the execution happens line by line here, it wasn't taking in the context value, specifically loading page. That's why I had to shift the loading screen from this page to this page now. This is my provider. So while fetching the data, it will throw loading as well. And why am I mentioning this? Because for consistent styling, all my other pages, let's say home page, they are also loading screen. Like they are also checking for loading screen, but I wasn't able to do it here. So the context is doing it here. Now let's go to the provider. This is the provider of the context where all the logic is happening. And this is the custom hook, which we will be using. Use media detail. So yeah, my context is here. And let's go back to mm, media detail page. No, media detail. This is component. Yeah. So I'm providing the context here. These goes as children, which is my layout, header, and app bar again. And finally, this is my media detail component, which lists out the specific detail here. This page you see right here. Let's go through it. So this has two components, media detail hero and media detail table. Let's go to media detail hero. Media detail hero is this entire part right here, which is this back button, this picture, the title, then this air and this. Then from here, after hero, after the first screen, this entire is the table. So yeah, I'm using use media detail, which is the context hook right here, context custom hook right here to fetch the media detail here. And then I'm printing out, like I'm creating the entire component for the hero. So I've used Tailwind CSS again. Yeah. Use navigate is for this button's functionality. It is provided by React Router DOM again. And yeah, the context. So that's media detail hero. And then finally, media detail table. So this is like the rest of the part of the page. And yeah, it has just some alerts. If you see, if you click on it, this, this, this was mentioned in the requirement document. So that's why it is here. Now same JSX, because there isn't much logic here. It's same this JSX, like TSX in this case. Now, other than that, that's it. Let's go through the rubrics together again. So, movies and TV shows listing page, movies and TV show, display the details as specified. Okay, movies, yeah, brief description, and movie and TV show detail, the ID of the click movie is passed in the URL. Yeah, the ID is passed, being passed, getting passed, and display the details as specified. Yeah, these were the details as were specified, the pricing especially. Then the page shows information, the information of the movie that was clicked from the listing page. Yeah. So we clicked on Inception. We are on Inception now. Now let's check this. No Time to Die. The Matrix. Yeah. Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. TV shows. The Crown. The Crown. Yeah. Okay. Some of the pictures are not working, so that's why it's showing as dark screen. But yeah, those are working fine. Then registration and login part page pop up. So you can see pop up and same registration. Overall site is flawless. Use please in topography. Appropriate use of grids. So yeah, that's it for my project. I have walked you through. And finally, this is the deployed version of this project because this was also part of the requirement. So project must be deployed in public URL. So as you can see, this is my deployment. It's the same thing. If you click on it, it opens it. And if you click on this, the images take time. Yeah, showed it. Okay, so TV shows and train this movies. The images takes time again. Why did I not? Okay, it's taking its time. Yeah, finally the models. Yeah, so that's it for the demo of this project. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Have a good day.